How you doing, everyone? My name is Jadon Hilaire, and we're here for Why I Love Black Women, Real Talk Conversation. Before we begin, I want to definitely introduce the rest of the brothers here. We have Michael Smith, we have Dre Adams, we have Ray Elias Johnson, Yvonne Top, and Rocky Riley. Honestly, y'all, I just wanted to have a good dialogue today and conversations revolving around black women. As you know, black women has had a major impact in a lot of our lives. But also there's been some adverse experiences that they went through as well, and continue to go through as well. So I just wanted to just talk about that and see from your perspective, from a male's perspective, a black male's perspective, what are some of those experiences that y'all feel like black women are going through and have gone through in their lives?
I definitely would love to start off this conversation. Imagine, just kind of living in a world that, like I said, wasn't designed for you. And I mean by that you have a world that being a male, you have privilege, being white, you have privilege. And so if you're a black woman, that you lack these privileges that you just don't have in general. And so I think the intersection of being a black woman in America, you lack any privilege that you can fall back on. And so I think that is something that we must recognize with black women from the beginning of time. So it's just something I want to throw out there in the beginning, just thinking about the lack of privilege they have in America.
Awesome. Thank you, Vontae. Anyone else like to share their perspective?
To kind of piggyback off of what Yvonne was saying, I feel like black women have like a very thin line compared to everybody else as a part of like what you can get away with. Like it's already like shortened because you being black, but like being a woman, that line is like you can't get through as much stuff as everybody else. You mess up one thing, well, this person's done that 10 times, gotten away with it, you're out. You gotta start all over. Like the rise to the top is a whole lot longer. It's like I'm pretty sure everybody's people used to say all the time, you gotta do twice the work to get half the results. And with them, it's kind of like way more than that. So.
Even then, within that, you can't be a strong black woman. If you're a strong black woman, it's seen as a problem. Why are you trying to do this? Or why are you trying to make sure your people are good, your family's good and all that? But let a white woman do it. She can have a career, a family, all this stuff, but let a black woman try to get half of that and it's, oh no, you can't do that, or you need to step back, or even within this natural hair. A black woman can't be themselves anytime because they have to conform to what society thinks a black woman should be through the white male's lens.
And just like he said, how it's not designed for the black woman. It's not designed for the black woman technically, but the black woman took care of everybody. For example, back long ago when it was slavery, the black woman was taking care of all the people in the house, still cooking, cleaning, washing the clothes, basically, being a housewife. But that what makes the black woman strong.
One disadvantage I would say, aside from the fact that they're at the bottom of the totem pole in the social rankings, is that sometimes black women deal with a lot of insecurities. Like they have to try to meet beauty standards. They've tried to meet beauty standards for so long that were set by white people, white women, and just now recently are starting to delve farther, deeper into our own culture and our own roots. And I just feel that that's one thing that I love to see when I see our sisters out there doing their own thing, trying to make their own style and be creative in our own way.
So how did a black woman help you get to where you are today?
Honestly, like I mentioned, I was raised by a black woman, my mom being a single mother, was raising 2 kids. She worked really hard, a full-time job. And, she had help from, her brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, though, she was honestly putting in most of the work to make sure that my brother and I were successful, and also make sure that we got a good education. And honestly, if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have been in college. I wouldn't be able to even graduate. And she's been my motivation, It's something that she's been dear to me in my heart. And I do everything I do now is for her. So.
The shoulders that I rest on is a village of black women. Without black women, I wouldn't be able to be lifted up to the positions that I am now, where it started when my mom had me when she was 14. My grandma raised me to, I've only had predominantly black women as supervisors, as mentors. Even right now, if something is to happen, the first person I'm going to call is to black women. And so black women have been detrimental to my success, and without them, I know I wouldn't be here where I am today, because society had already told me I wasn't supposed to be what I am right now. And the black woman told me I am.
For me, there's two black women that really shaped my future the way it is today. My senior year English teacher, her name was Sandra Ford. Going into my senior year, I didn't really have a lot of direction as to what I wanted to do, and she was one of the realest people I ever met in my life. She sat me down, sat my entire class down, made us have discipline and build tools and structure in order to get me to college and to propel the rest of my life. And then once I got here, I was a part of the Summer Scholars Program with Miss Annette Yancey, and she's just been opened so many doors, introduced me to so many different programs and people that I can never thank her enough for what she's done to propel me and set me up for a successful college career and future.
I'll definitely have to highlight my mom. My mom is a soldier. My mom taught me the work of sacrifice. As a little kid, she was a single parent. I used to watch her get up every day and go to work and work outside. And that's a tough thing in the South, working outside every day. And so watching that grind and that sacrifice always taught me that no matter how hard life gets, like, you can make it work and you can make it happen. And so I just truly appreciate the hard work of my mom and what she's done for me.
I would say one of the biggest people in my life would be my grandmother, actually. I moved out of my mother's house to my grandmother when I was 8, and I've literally stayed with her ever since. Like, I just remember, like, my grandma was like, she's old, she's always in pain, like her knees, her backs are bad. But one thing about her is, like, she always made sure that me and my little cousin were taken care of. Like, her problems would always come last. Like, anything that had to do with us, like, she'd make sure it got taken care of, whether it could be then or like in the near future. Like, we was taken care of without anything.
All right, brothers, one more question. What do you think that we as black men can do to uplift, support, and encourage our sisters in the community?
I think one of the biggest things we can do is change the narrative around black women in today's society. Like I said earlier, they're have like unsung passion in their heart to love and nurture and care for people. So it's our job to kind of reciprocate that same love and respect they give us to them and uplift them into a higher platform and be their shield to protect them against all the wrongdoing that society has against them.
I think there's power in the words that we use and the actions that we do. So I think it's important to make sure that we are expressing to our black women that they are beautiful, that they are smart, that they also can do anything they want to. And also being mindful that it's important to recognize those individuals, those black women that are very prominent in our community, that have done a lot of impact. It's really honestly continue to inspire change for us. That's one of the reasons why we're hosting this event, right? To honor and appreciate those black women, to show that we don't take what they do lightly and for granted. So definitely look forward to that as well.
I think what we need to do is, one, just love our black women, show them that we're there for them, that if they need anything, they can count on us, as well as just cherish them, let them know that they are the queens and that we're there to stand with them. But then also just be in our households, be in our community as black men, to just be there to support everybody that's a part of our community, just so we can uplift as well as be an example to the other young black men on why we love our black women.
My own personal charge for uplifting black women is being a father to a black woman. 7-year-old Princess Mariah Top, and she knows that she is a queen. She knows that she can do anything in the world that she wants, and she knows that I'm going to challenge her, but she also knows that as her father and as a black man, I'm going to support her through any of her struggles, any of her downfalls, and to know that she can rule this world and be better than I am any day. And that's as a black man that's been raised by 2 black women. So she'll definitely know her worth, and that's my job to make sure that she does.
In order to support black women, I think that we should give them their flowers while they're still here.